That's Repo Record here in Charlotte, North Carolina.
I was just in there picking up some stuff, so let's see what I got. Greetings, y'all. Thanks for joining me today. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, and you know what we do when we travel, we always hit up the local record stores, and this trip is no different. I'm here for work, and I had a little bit of free time, so I went over to visit Repo Record in Charlotte. I feel like the store's been there for a long time. It has that feel, you know, it's been there a while, you know, and I love supporting the local mom and pop shops and everything, so you know, it's always good to kind of visit these places when I'm traveling around. Repo is set up a little interesting. The records, they have some in bins and everything, but they also have a lot of them like on the wall, almost like a library, you know, like bookshelves. And it's very well organized, you know, they have like dividers with names and everything, you know, like you would find in bins. So it's, you know, it's really well set up, I thought. The only problem I did have, because I'm a little bit older, my back's not holding up as well as maybe you'd want it to, is like the CD section, some of the lower levels. I mean, like you really basically just gotta like lay on the floor to look at them, you know. But it's a cool store. The prices I thought were really good. You know, a lot of the used CDs were around $5. They have a whole bunch of like dollar bins and for CDs and stuff. And I looked at the vinyl a little bit. I'm kind of, you know, I've been kind of like easing away from vinyl lately. But you know, I was looking through it, and there were a couple of interesting things, but I just kind of decided to hold off on the vinyl and just grab some CDs. So we've got a couple of Rock and Roll Hall of Fame artists to talk about today. I didn't pick up a ton from the place, just 2 CDs, but they're Rock and Roll Hall of Fame artists, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame just pretty recently announced their new inductions. And I'm not going to get into what I think about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I've been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I enjoyed the museum aspect of it and seeing these artifacts, you know, lyrics and stuff like that. I think that's pretty interesting. The induction process is silly. We all have our, you know, problems with it, but I was happy to see that Pat Benatar finally got in. You know, there's lots of artists you could say that about, but I just don't understand how Pat Benatar had to wait this long. I don't know, whatever, it's political, who knows, whatever, but I'm not gonna get into that. So anyways, let's take a look at what I picked up at Repo Record. 1969, we have Donovan's Greatest Hits. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with Donovan, very popular. What I most knew him for was the song Mellow Yellow. That was the tune that I really loved. I'm pretty sure I have it digitally. This Greatest Hits, obviously the original album came out in the 60s. This CD I think is a reissue because it's got a few bonus tracks on it. I think like in 99, I guess they reissued this. $5, like I think I said. The Repo Records, a lot of the used stuff was like $5. It's pretty good. It's in good condition. But you know, I was familiar with Mellow Yellow, and I knew when I put this on, I was gonna be like, you know, familiar with a lot of the other tracks. Like, yeah, I've heard this. I know this one. Got a lot of pictures, and he with each song, he kind of writes like a little thing about the song underneath it, which is kind of cool. But yeah, it's a good one. So I popped it on. I just listened to it once, went through it, and like I said, yeah, of course, there were tons of songs on here that I was familiar with. You know, Sunshine Superman, Hurdy Gurdy Man, Season of the Witch. Another song I really like, To Susan on the West Coast Waiting. I really like that one. But you know, it's kind of like psychedelic folk kind of rock. You know, I'm sure you're familiar, and I like it. It's really good. You know, I think he's still around. I don't know if he's still playing shows or anything, but really good pickup. I've been kind of looking for this one, trying to find the right price. They had it there, and $5 seemed good, so I grabbed it. From 1994, we get the OJs and their Best of Love Train. A couple of greatest hits, best ofs today on the show by these Rock and Roll Hall of Fame members. OJs. Receipt. Like like I mentioned, both of these were $5, so I spent $10. Got a little sticker from Repo. But OJ's, I had a couple of their tracks digitally. Great R&B, soul band from back in the day. I think they started out as like a 5-member group and then kind of whittled it down to 3. I read somewhere, I think there's liner notes in here. I think they mention it. Let me see. I could just take the booklet out and look. Yeah, the liner notes in here. I think they got their name from like a DJ who I guess kind of championed the band, and they ended up naming their band the OJs after him, or in tribute to him. So some cool liner notes in here, story of the band and everything. A couple little pictures. Great band. The Love Train, the name of the collection here, is one of my favorite tunes by them. Great song, always loved that song. Remember it from my youth, hearing it on the radio. Backstabbers is another one that I really like a lot. And then they've got some other great tunes that are very familiar, For the Love of Money. I Love Music is awesome. One that I wasn't familiar with, but I think it was kind of a hit for them, 992 Arguments, was really good. And that one, I think, kind of, if I remember correctly, like sort of at the end, it has like this kind of like extended kind of like jam, kind of part to it, but I really like that. But a lot of this stuff I really enjoyed, but a good pickup, I'm really glad to have this one in the collection. So that's all that I grabbed at Repo Record. Like I said, they're here in Charlotte, North Carolina. If you're in the area, I highly recommend you pop in and take a look and visit it and dig up some stuff. Lots of vinyl there, lots of CDs, lots of 45s. I remember seeing a lot of 45s. So really cool shop. So check them out, support those local record stores. And thank you for your support watching the video, and I'll see you another time. Take it easy.